Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda Shri Radhe. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna, thank you so much for coming today. It's an auspicious month of Kartik. So I hope you all have offered candle to Yashoda Damodar. So today we'll be talking about on chapter 13th, verse 14. So let's do prayers first. Om Ajnanaatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. So we have verse on the screen if you want to follow. So that's chapter 13, verse 14. Sarvata panipadam tad sarvatokshi shiromukham sarvata shrutimaloke sarvam avritya tishtati. Okay. Translation. Everywhere are his hands and legs, his eyes, heads and faces, and he has ears everywhere. In this way, Super Soul exists pervading everything. Purport. As the sun exists diffusing in unlimited rays, so does the Super Soul, or Supreme Personality of Godhead. He exists in all pervading form, and in him exist all the individual living entities, beginning from the first great teacher Brahma down to a small ant. There are unlimited heads, legs, hands and eyes, and unlimited living entities. All are existing in and on the Super Soul. Therefore, Super Soul is all pervading. The individual soul, however, cannot say that he has his hands, legs and eyes everywhere. That is not possible. If he thinks that under ignorance, he is not conscious that his hands and legs are diffused all over. But when he attains to proper knowledge, he will come to that stage. His thinking is contradictory. This means that individual soul, having become conditioned by material nature, is not supreme. The Supreme is different from the individual soul. The Supreme Lord can extend his hand without limit. The individual soul cannot. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that if anyone offers him a flower or a fruit or a little water, he accepts it. And if the Lord is a far distant away, how can he accept things? This is omnipotence of Lord. Even though he is situated in his own abode, far, far away from earth, he can extend his hand to accept what anyone offers. That is his potency. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated, Goloka eva nivasati akhilamtma bhutaha. Although he is always engaged in pastimes, in his transcendental planet, he is all pervading. The individual soul cannot claim that he is all pervading. Therefore, this verse describes the Super Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not the individual soul. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so this is very interesting verse and a hope-giving verse really. So which says that Krishna, the divinity, we feel he is very far away, isn't it? We sit in front of him, but still it is so difficult to connect with him. We feel that God is somewhere and he might not have time to think about me as well. So there is a disconnection. We don't feel the presence of Lord the same way we might feel presence of a friend or a family member. and that's because we are not connected to him. So here Krishna is saying he is everywhere. His hands, his legs, his eyes, hands, heads and faces are everywhere. So how do we understand this? So this particular verse speaks about the Paramatma aspect of divinity. So divinity, as it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, has three aspects. As the first aspect is Brahman, and the second is Paramatma, which resides within our hearts, and the third aspect is Bhagavan himself, which is the Sham Sundar form, the three-bended form which you see. So a Brahman aspect of Lord is like there is sun and then there is sunlight. So sunlight is separated energy of Lord. So it's just like that. So that's Brahman realization. The second aspect is Paramatma. So Paramatma is, this is explained in this verse. So he's talking about, here Krishna is speaking about his Paramatma feature. So where he sits within our hearts as a super soul. So Paramatma, we call it, we translate it into English as super soul. And the third aspect, which is the ultimate, is Bhagavan, the personality itself. So if we take example of sun again, Surya Dev, the Lord himself, who is the person behind the sun, that is the personality. So Krishna is a person, and a person has feelings, a person has relationships, a person thinks. So just like that, he is thinking about us, and he is seeing us from all the eyes, heads and faces he has everywhere. So that's what has been explained over here. So just like we all are sitting over here in this room, but you might not be able to see what's happening in another room, or what might be happening in another building. But Lord has his eyes everywhere, so he can see what's happening here, what's happening in another room, what's happening in London, what's happening in India, what's happening on this planet, on some other planet, what's happening in this universe and any other universe. So he is everywhere. And how does he is present everywhere? He's present everywhere as Paramatma. You see, this also shows us that how compassionate Lord is. Though we could become anything, you see, that as the reincarnation law goes, whatever in 8th chapter Krishna says, Antakalecha mameva. At the end of the life, when whatever you think, you become that. You attain that. So whatever the thoughts are, the living entity attains that. So he is always there. So even if we are worm somewhere in a gutter, or we are an animal, or we are a bird, or we are human being, he is always there with us as Paramatma. So he never leaves us behind. He's always there, and that shows his compassion and love towards us. So as the sun exists in one place, but we can see it from everywhere. Yeah, in this country, that's very difficult example to give because we don't see sun much, isn't it? So as Krishna is present in the transcendental spiritual realm, so we see in this picture that it shows the spiritual realm, the Golok, Vrindavan, and Krishna is there having his transcendental pastimes with gopis, with Radharani and his associates. But he is very much present with us as well in the material world at same time. The Lord can do that, and Prabhupada explains here that we cannot do that, because we are limited. We are living entities and we are limited. Just like our eyes are able to see the hand, but hand cannot see eyes, because hand doesn't have capability of seeing. Eyes have capability of seeing. So just like that, Krishna has ability of seeing everyone. So he sees everyone, but we can't see him. We can't see him because we have not realized, or we are not closer to him. Once we purify ourselves and become closer to the spiritual path, then we will be able to see him anywhere and everywhere, just like he is able to see us as well. But then he reserves the rights to himself. He reserves the rights if we will be able to see him. So the entire game is of intentions. What is our intention? Like that. So that's our Krishna. So how does so if we try and understand that how is Krishna present everywhere? What exactly? How do we understand this? So it says here that Krishna is present everywhere as part of his representatives, so as living entities, as he is present in our heart. So Krishna comes, or divinity comes to with some purpose. He takes birth with some not birth, but he appears for some purpose. And what are the purposes? Anybody knows? What is the purpose? Why does Lord come? Anyone?
To remind us of it.
Yes.
And pastimes.
Yeah. Yes, we have forgotten him, so he comes to remind us. So there's shlok in chapter 4. Paritranaya sadhunam means to liberate or protect the sadhus. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chidrishkritam. Vinash means to destroy the miscreants, to annihilate the miscreants. And dharma sansthapanataya, to establish the dharma, to establish the religion. So these are the three things, these are three main aspects why Krishna comes, why divinity comes here on this material planet or material world. Why would he come? He is so happy there. See, he is having his transcendental pastimes, but he doesn't forget us. Because he is our eternal Father, he doesn't forget us. He comes to remind us, as you said, Mataji. So the three main reasons why he comes is to deliver the pious, to annihilate the miscreants, and to establish dharma, to establish the religion. So you might remember that in Mahabharata, Krishna is saying to Arjun that you just follow my instructions. You do the duty, and then you take the credit. So Arjun kills all the miscreants. So Krishna is executing his duty, or not duty, but he's executing his mission through his devotees, through his dear devotees. So that's where Krishna is using devotees as instruments. So he is saying that you do it and then you take the credit. But Krishna can do it anyways, but he wants his devotees to do it. So in that way we can understand that Krishna is present everywhere, and this way he is even executing his mission through his devotees. So when we say all his hands are everywhere, in this way we understand that his devotees are everywhere. So in that ways he is everywhere. So and as we discussed, that the God might be invisible to us, but we are never invisible to him. He is always watching us. So how do we understand that? There are CCTV cameras everywhere, on motorways as well, to check if you are overspeeding. So when Krishna is everywhere, what does it mean? He's checking on us. Is he policing us so that he catches us if you are doing something wrong and punishes us? Is that the reason? That's not the reason. The policing here is a negative aspect. But if you look at a mom, you see, when a child is whenever she is cooking and there's an infant baby, she always has her eyes on the baby, and she knows where the child is there, and she always gets it back. Wherever the child goes, the mother tries to get it back. And why she is trying to do that? Because she's protecting the child, that the child might hurt themselves, or if they are in a shopping center or something, they might go towards the strangers or something like that, or they might get lost. So a mom is always observing the child, or a father is always observing the child, not with an intention that if they do something wrong, I'll not now punish them. Not with that intention, but with love and out of care that, yes, if anything wrong happens, then I am there. So he is always there, so like that. So this way we understand his presence everywhere. So in this Kartik month now, and you see that there is Yashoda Maya there, and Damodar as well, and in this pastime, what happens is that Yashoda Mata is not very happy that Krishna has broken the butter pot, and now she is trying to bind him. Now she tries and gets the ropes, and he's trying to bind him to the ukkal, the motor, the grinding motor. And every time she tries to do that, it is 2 fingers too short, so she's not able to bind him. And then she goes and takes more ropes from the house. Still she is not able to do that. Then she gets more ropes from the neighbors. So everything she tries, but she is not able to bind. So how do we understand this? Why is she not understanding that this is divinity himself? Why am I not able to bind this little baby to a motor, to a grinding motor? Why is it happening? So because Krishna uses his Shakti to cover the intelligence, and in that way we understand that he decides whether he wants to be visible or not, you see. And then later on he's like, okay mama, here are the ropes, and then he tells, okay, so he decides that he wants to get bound, and then she is able to bind him like that. So that's very beautiful. So even in another pastime where Krishna has a mud, and then when he opens his mouth, and there is entire Brahmand, entire universe in his mouth, and still she is like, maybe I have not seen it, I don't know what it was. She is not able to, because Krishna is covering the intelligence, because he wants to still have that motherly love and motherly relationship with his mom. So he is not allowing himself to be out there. In that ways we understand that Krishna so he is watching us all the time, and he is and we are sometimes not able to see him, isn't it? Sometimes when things don't go as per our plans, so we make our plans and Krishna has his own plans, isn't it? And it is funny that when things don't go as per our wish, then we become sad, or our expectations are not met. So there's one story where the Lord is in the temple, and he's like standing there, and the sweeper in the temple, he's like, Lord, you are all the time standing. Don't you get like tired of standing there whole day and night? What you can do is you can have a break for one day, and I will do this. Anyways, I just have to stand like that. You don't do anything much. So so I'll stand there, and you can just go around and just enjoy yourself. The Lord says that, that's fine. I will do that. But then just one instruction, don't do anything. Just stand there. He's like, yes, of course, I will stand there. What do you do anyways? I'll stand there and I'll not do anything. So the boy takes the place, and the Lord goes, and this merchant comes in the temple. And this merchant, he is praying to the Lord for more money, and while offering obeisances, his wallet falls down. And then he goes away. And then there comes a poor man, and the poor man is praying to the Lord that I don't have anything to eat today. Please provide my family, to provide something to my family. And then he sees that there is a wallet there. Then he picks it up, and then he goes. After some time, a trader comes, and the trader is praying that, Lord, I am going on this foreign trip for my trading business via boat or a ship. Please bless me that my trading business is successful and everything goes fine. And then he prays, and then he goes. Later on, when this Lord who is standing there, he sees that this all is happening. And meanwhile, what happens is, this merchant, the first person who had dropped his wallet, he comes with security that I have dropped my wallet. And then who was standing there was a trader. So he's like, maybe he has taken it, and then he's like, no, maybe you have only taken it. And then he's taken. The security is trying to take him to the jail. But our man who is standing there as God, he's like, no. It's not this trader, but the poor man who has taken the money. It's like, oh, okay. And then they put the poor man into the jail and leave the trader, like that. And then this whole story, when the Lord is back, the Lord is like, hope everything was okay. Oh, he's like, no, there was a lot of work. And then he narrates all this story to the Lord. And Lord is like, oh my God, why did you do that? I had asked you not to do anything, just stand there. And then the boy was like, what do you mean just stand there? I can see injustice. Somebody else was blamed for stealing, but somebody else took the money. So how can I just keep myself, keep quiet? And then the Lord explains that the merchant, the business he was doing, it was not very like more of goodness. It was more of, he was earning money from not correct means. So by dropping that money there and it getting utilized for some purpose, he would have got, it is called agyat sukruti, or it is called pious deeds, which he is not aware of, like that. And the poor man, he was so poor, he didn't have anything to eat. And if he didn't have anything to eat that night, he was going to commit suicide. And that's why the money which was dropped, I had arranged it so that he sees it and he takes it. And then he feeds himself and his family. And the trader who came, he was supposed to go on his foreign trip, but there was supposed to be a storm at that time in the ocean, and then he was supposed to die, and that's why I had arranged him so that he gets into the jail and he never makes it to the trip. So this was all the arrangement, like that. So Krishna, so here when we say that divinity is everywhere and he has his hands and ears, so and eyes everywhere. So in one scene, he is taking care of so many lives. He is taking care of so many people. And this is just one little example. He is taking care of this universe, so many other universes, and so many living entities, like that. So, it is amazing how Lord is able to, is doing these feats. And then when divinity comes on the earth as to accomplish his mission, how do we understand that they are divinity? We understand it by these superhuman feats which a divinity does, and that's how we understand that Krishna is Lord himself. And those people who sometimes say that there are certain philosophies which propound that, oh, even I can become God. It is just that I have not realized that I am God. If I study enough, I will become God myself. So that's not possible. So Srila Prabhupada explains here that so the all-pervading. So he says that the individual soul cannot claim that he is all-pervading. Therefore, this verse describes that the super soul, the personality of Godhead cannot, super soul is the personality of Godhead and not the individual soul. So we understand in this verse that that within us is our soul, and besides our soul is the super soul, which is Paramatma, and Paramatma is present all the time. We just have to allow it to speak, allow it to guide us in what we do. There's one amazing devotee in Mumbai temple, and they were telling the story of how we have become so blind to our own callings sometimes. He was telling a story that when he was like in college, he and his, at that time there were no phones, there was this landline somewhere in public place. So he and his friend had decided that they would come together and study that day. So the plan which they had made is that they will meet each other on a particular bus stop. From there they will go to a place where they will take the books or buy the books, and then they will go to a place where they are going to buy some sandwiches, and then they'll go in library and study over there. So this was their plan, 3 things: buy the books, then have sandwiches, and then go to library and study. So this person, he was standing on the bus stop and he was waiting for for his friend to come. So they had decided 10 o'clock as time, and he was waiting that he would come, and then it was 10:15, 10:30. There was no sign of his friend. So he felt, oh, maybe he's late. So he called from a local landline, Hare Krishna, you have left your bead bag. Left your bead bag. It's not yours. Can you please pick it up though? It's on the floor. Keep it on, yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So he, because his friend was late, he decided that, he first tried calling his home or whatever, and he wasn't able to connect, and he felt, okay, let me just carry on. So he carried on. He went to the shop where they're supposed to buy the books. He bought the books. Then he went to the sandwich place. He had some sandwiches. He had some sandwiches parceled for him. And then he went to the library and started studying. In the evening, this friend came to the library directly. He opened his bag and removed the sandwiches, had them, and they started studying. So in this example, Prabhu was saying that, look, we never made a fuss of, oh, how come you knew that I would need sandwiches? Oh, how come you knew that I was in library studying? And how come you knew that I would still carry on with our plan and not continue waiting for you? Because we are so much on our phones all the time. As soon as we get out of the house, I have started. I have got the bus. I am now here. I am now there. Every minute we are giving, we are not relying on that inner calling, or we're not relying on that super soul that it would guide us. It would guide us. So this was a beautiful example where he said that we used to get guided by super soul. Even now we are getting guided by super soul, but we have become deaf towards it, and we are not allowing it to connect with us like that. So that was very beautiful when he explained that, yes, super soul is always there. Krishna is always as Paramatma guiding us all the time. It is just that Krishna is here and I have turned my back towards Krishna. So I can't see him, or I can't hear what he is saying. So the only, he's just waiting for us to turn towards him and listen to him. And he's always there waiting for us. So I think a couple of weeks, 2 weeks back, Keshav Swami was giving class, and he explained that Krishna is having his hands towards us that come. And when we don't come, Krishna comes as Maya and then kicks us from the back. Like that. So that was very funny and a correct thing as well, that we don't learn through the proper process where so Krishna, when he wants to take his cows back home, first he tries to call out their names. So each and every cow of Krishna has a name. He first tries to call out the names, and if they don't come, then he uses the horn to call them out. But still, if they don't come, then he takes sticks. And then he's running behind them that you have to come home now, like that. So sometimes we have to, so Krishna has to take sticks for us and chase us. So when certain things don't go as per the plan, we need to understand that's Krishna with stick possibly, because we were not listening to him before, like that. So I think there's one more thing which I want to conclude with, that the presence of Krishna everywhere has two aspects to it. So the first aspect is caution. That we cannot hide anything. Sometimes in public we are different, and in private we are different. But Krishna is always there as Paramatma. So we try to do things incognito, or we have different faces. But Krishna is always there. Krishna is always watching. So that's the caution part. So we might have externally doing some different act, but internally the intentions might be different. But Krishna is sitting within, so he knows the intentions. So that's the caution. And the second part is assurance. The assurance, because sometimes we might do certain things, we might work hard and nobody appreciates us, or nobody is taking note of it. But we see that Krishna is always there. Krishna is always listening to what we are saying, and He is observing all that which we are doing. So in that way, there is always an assurance that He is there and He is seeing us in that way. So even if we might, we might try to do something good, but people go through misunderstanding, and and then we are like, oh my God, but I didn't mean this, I meant that. But you don't have to worry, because Krishna is there, and He is all the time listening, and He understands that if we have pure intentions, we will be able to go through the difficult times as well. So Krishna is everywhere. Not like a CCTV policing on us, but like a lovely mother caring for us, so that we are able to, so that we don't do anything wrong, and He's able to guide us on in that ways. So yeah, this was little things which I tried to share. Hope this is okay. If there is any suggestions or corrections, please. Okay. No? Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Sing for 15 minutes. Yeah, that's okay. God, you've got a beautiful voice. It's okay. It's okay.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansham Shri Rupam Chakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Shadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta
What should I sing? Wherever you feel comfortable. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devim Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtyatyadi Shatarine Namaste Saraswati Devim Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtyachadi Shatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Jaya Radha Gokula Nandan, Radha Gokula Nandana, Radha Gokula Nandan Shri Radhe.
So please all the men sit this side and ladies sit that side. Okay? All of them sit men this side and ladies that side. And keep the way in the middle. Ladies all the way this side.
Sorry, I couldn't understand because my son booked online. I don't know how.
Sorry?
My son booked for singing.
For singing. I don't know, just Marty came for 6 o'clock and they told her just after class and
It's there, but they said to sing after class. It's like last week. I can't do that again.
да, непонятно, они записались.
Is that team with us?
It kind of went a little bit funny.
Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki. Okay. So if you haven't had an opportunity, please go and offer a candle to their lordships during this very auspicious month. We're going to sing the Damodar Astika and go straight into Gora Arati. Ishwaram Sachit Anantarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Prajamanam. Hello. Ishwaram Sachit Anantarupam Lasakundalam Gokule Prajamanam. Yashoda Biyoluka Latavamanam Paramrista Matyan Gopya. Yashoda Biolika Latavamanam Paramrista Matyanta Tu Dritagopya. Rudanta Mohanekra Yugmamirjantam Karamboja Yugvena Satankanetram. Mahashwasa Kampa Triye Kanka Kanta Stita Greva Damodaram Bhaktivedanta. Iti Triksvalilabhir Ananda Kunde Swagosham Nimajantam Akyapayantam. Tadiyeshitageshu Bhaktijitatvam Puna Prematastam Shatavriti Vande. Varam Deva Mokshamna Mokshavatimba Nachanam Rineham Vadeshatapiha. Idam Teva Punatha Gopala Balam Sadame Manasya Virastam Kimanye. Idam Teva Kambojam Atyantanile Ritam Kuntale Snigda Daktas Chagopya.